what's crazy, man? When you get to a certain fucking age, man, you start to break shit down in your mind, um, and start to understand shit differently. Like me growing up without a father, right? It seems like that's every nigga story. But I really knew him. I knew I knew my dad up until about like maybe the age of 9. And he had a good family. And I think I resented him not wanting to be around me. I cut his family out, right? And like, they was good people, man. They wanted to be in my life. Like they was happy that I was their grandson. I don't know if I was taking up for my mom, like feeling like he did her wrong. But as I'm getting older, I realized with me having a situation like having kids, you know, being with my kid's mom to this day, I also know that relationships ain't easy. People flee relationships for a lot less than what me and my girl went through. We done went through hell and back. And like the little bit of information that I do know as to why they didn't work out, it was an understandable thing, like why my mom probably didn't take him up on his offer or whatever he was offering at the time. But I know my mom, and the more and more I get older and deal with women, I know what kind of woman my mom is, and I know that she's not easy to deal with. It still don't really, I'm definitely not making an excuse for the nigga not being there. I think that's where I lost the respect at, because speaking for me, I know how hard it can get being a parent. Fuck, oh, it's dad or it's mom, just a parent in general. I know how taxing it can be on your mental. And I never once thought about abandoning my kids. Like, yo, I'm leaving these niggas. Fuck these niggas. They not gonna know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna know I exist. Sure, I had fucking thoughts of like, I need a break. If I could step, you know, if I could go do this, especially when I was going through all of the transitioning I was going through, I was like, yo, I'm gonna just get away for a minute. But I never once thought about completely turning my back on my kids and not having no type of communication with my kids. Like, and I don't know if I mask a lot of my shit, like a lot of my pain. I really don't know. I don't know if I'm real good at it or certain shit I just get over it fast. Because I never really remember ever feeling like cheated or like, damn, I ain't had no dad, man, that shit broke my heart. Yeah, granted, sometimes I see niggas with their dads, or, you know, I don't even really be envious of that, but I'll be more so worried about how I went through life as a young boy. With that part would have been different. You know what I'm saying? Like, having that talk about protection and, you know, having sex and you know, not having to figure out a lot of like man shit on my own. And shit, a lot of shit I didn't even figure out. So I wonder about shit like that. Like, damn, would I would have been a better man if I had my dad in my life? But that's really where it stopped at, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really, you know, it don't get too crazy for me. But, yeah, man, that shit tough, man. Like, cause it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, now I know how women are. I mean, I ain't making excuses for niggas, but a lot of niggas just really can't be there mentally, or the man and the woman don't get along. It don't call for you to ever abandon your responsibility, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, never. And shit, I had to meet a lot of men that claim me as their son. I knew I wasn't their kid. They knew they wasn't my dad, but, you know, I went through a lot of that, you know what I'm saying? Fake dads, play dads, or, you know, my mom boyfriends and shit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't hate that nigga though. I don't hate him. I thought I did, but I don't hate him. I don't respect him. I don't know if I hate him. I don't know what type of nigga he is for real. But you know, it's crazy because I ain't, you know, and that's why it started to creep into my mind. Like, damn, am I equipped to be a dad? Because we all know anybody can make babies. Um, Anybody can buy somebody, and that was my thing. I was real. I'm still big on that, but that's just the way I show love. Like that's my love language, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I like to buy shit for my kids and spoil them that way. But shit, sometimes I be like, damn, was I making up for like my weakness? Was I trying to like overcompensate for, you know, my weakness or my you know, my not so good part of parenting? Like, and it's not that I have a, it's not that it's, I don't know. I want to be better at building relationships. Like, I want to be better at communicating, not building relationships, but communicating with my kids. Because again, of course, I can teach them how I was. Of course, I can tell them what not to do and things like that. That comes easy. You know, anybody can discipline. But I want to be informative for my children. I want to be able to, you know, really give them information, things that they can have throughout their whole life. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where, as a parent, not just a dad, but as a parent, even till now, I'm lacking in, but I'm getting better with it. Like I said, this journey teaches you a lot of different things, spirituality, speaking for me, seeing retention, you know, clearing my mind up, eating healthier, not having like brain fog, and you know, not living in fear and confusion, and you know, just becoming complacent. Like this journey is a well-rounded journey, and it's helping me, for one, be sober, so be interested in what my kids got going on, because I was big on that too. Like, yo, this generation weird. Like, they ain't in enough. You know what I mean? I just always wanted my kids to just be a certain kind of way, but just really showing interest. That's a big important thing for your kids. Even if you don't like it, you know, that's something my girl would tell me. Just show interest because you love them and you care about them. So you just interested in whatever they interested in, even if it's lame, even if it's whack, whatever. You just interested in it, and so that's something that I learned, and I'm still learning. But yeah, you know, I really struggled with that, and I was blaming my mom, my dad, you know, people like, you know, especially like the dad thing, because it's like, damn, the nigga could have showed me some shit or took me fishing, some shit I could have been able to teach my kids. Yo, when I tell you, no man in my life taught me anything, bro. My uncle used to teach me how to rumble, like teach me how to hold my hands, and I love him for that. Something as small as that. But other than that, bro, I lived damn near in the same house as one of my uncles. That nigga ain't teach me about sex, about none of that type of shit, girls. So it's like, you know, I lacked in a lot of things on what I could give a kid or what I could give a young man, you know, on the information tip. But now that's why I said, you know, I'm no longer making excuses for myself I'm no longer blaming shit on other people. I'm holding myself accountable and, you know, becoming a better person every day, learning new things, feeding myself information, you know, gaining wisdom as I go on this journey, because I want to pass that down to my kids. I don't want to, it's like I said, it's easy to buy some shit, it's easy to, you know, but I just want them, I want to be able to give them everything I can give them on a positive tip, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't given that, and, you know, I survived off of common sense. That's one thing my mom drilled in me was common sense. I survived off common sense. But I ain't know a lot. Like, you know, nobody really taught me anything. You know what I mean? I was just going through life. And yeah, so, you know, it's just a little ventilation joint. But, you know, it was just on my mind. Like, damn, you know, certain things you don't realize that they may affect you or affect something. You might not be able to pinpoint it at the time, but it's affecting you in some kind of way. Whether you're trying to block it out or not acknowledge it, it's affecting you. And I think that was one of the things that, you know, and it may have never affected me, but I felt like I didn't receive enough from men in my life. So I you know, it was ironic. I had all boys, and I just felt like, damn, man, I want to get them more than just, you know, just the average shit that niggas get their sons. It's like, I want to really, you know, raise y'all, and, you know, for y'all to be self-sufficient and very well-rounded, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, so, yeah.